great thing about Raisin, what it does, it begins that conversation on race and social politics and helping us to define who we were as a people, as an American people, a collective group, deciding what our future was going to look like. You know, what kind of people were we going to become?
Part of what I actually think is brilliant about Clybourne Park is I do actually think Bruce is daring. I mean, I think he allows his characters to say things that I would, if I were writing, might want to let them say, but I would be worried that somebody would think I was voicing the idea. What's intriguing to me is that, like a lot of cities of our size, you're seeing developers and folks invest in coming back in near the downtown, which is really exactly what Bruce Norris is talking about in bookending Raisin the Sun, is that's a much messier, potentially a much messier conversation.
I think it's happening all over the country too, where people are finding themselves moving back into the cities, and what does that mean, and who's being challenged by this and why. I think these are all important issues to discuss now that we have an open forum and an open opportunity to actually have this conversation in a way that we didn't in the past.
What I find so interesting about Raisin the Sun when I reread it, it had been a few years, was how imperfect she allows her characters to be.
Right.
I mean, Walter Lee says some things about how the black female sort of pulls the black male down or won't support him. I mean, it's very hard to hear.
I mean, he finds himself struggling to have a voice.
Right. Right.
You know, and feeling trapped, which is beautiful about where the play is set, because it's in this apartment where there's only one source of light. You know, there's only this one window, and we're all closed in into this place. And what we desire most is room to grow. What we desire most is light to see.
Yes.
You know?
I think with Clybourne, the thing that's been interesting, we have a lot of Brierley resident acting company members in it. Makes it fun for me because I'm walking into a scenario where the majority of my cast are people that I've worked with many, many times. And the reason that's significant to me with Clybourne Park is that it's uncomfortable. The subject matter and what these characters do and say and how they function with each other is uncomfortable.
But I think what Clybourne does, it takes that step forward and says, this is what becomes, or this is what we've done with those opportunities, or this is what has happened because of those opportunities. And it gives some sort of I don't know if an answer, but at least a revelation to what happened or what could have happened. And I think that's worth seeing.
I think what makes the plays great is that they are, at the very least, universally American.